Let's talk about our required aircraft documents. What documentation does our airplane need to have? Well, here's a new acronym for you. The acronym is ARROW, A-R-R-O-W, and here's what it stands for. We need in our airplane at all times our airworthiness certificate. We also need our aircraft's, the R in the acronym, registration certificate. These two documents must be displayed in the airplane. An inspector should be able to peek in the window and spot those two documents via they have these little clear envelopes and pockets on the side, usually down by your left foot, sitting in the pilot seat. Some Cherokee aircraft, I've seen them in the back by the baggage compartment as well. Make sure they're out, make sure they're displayed. The next R is for international flight only. It's called our radio certificate. If we in Florida want to go fly to the Bahamas, if you up north want to go fly to Canada or down south to Mexico, if you want to do any international flying, you have to have your aircraft's radio certificate. The O in our acronym is our operator's manual. This is not a POH, Pilot's Operating Handbook. A POH is something I can go buy online. It's kind of a generic Cessna 172 Pilot's Operating Handbook. The Operator's Manual is the book that came with your airplane the day it was born in the factory. Now, I know documents can get lost and things can happen and someone might lose it. It is replaceable, but it's very hard to come across one to have it replaced. So make sure you treasure that book. You'll notice it's very similar to a POH. The reason we have a POH is to supplement that operator's manual, or sometimes called an owner's manual, because that's supposed to stay in the airplane. But if I want to learn about the performance of my airplane, how do I do it? I can't take it home. It needs to stay with the airplane. That's why they came out with the POH, the Pilot's Operating Handbook, something that you and I can keep in our flight bag and leave the owner's manual or operator's manual inside of the plane to keep us legal. And then W in our ARROW acronym is weight and balance. This isn't you and I calculating a weight and balance before a flight. It's the actual weight and balance that comes with the aircraft. And the weight and balance is changing as you do things to your aircraft. I had my Cessna 150 repainted. It had to get a new weight and balance. As silly as it sounds, you took paint off, you put this, hopefully the same amount of paint back on. I had to get a new weight and balance. I got a new radio installed once. Radio, not that heavy, 20 pounds or so. I had to have a new weight and balance done where they literally taxi the airplane up onto a scale and calculate that weight, arm, and moment for your aircraft. The aircraft's weight and balance should be a nice piece of paper kept with all these documents. ARROW is your acronym. You want to know something that'll be on your check ride? I guarantee this will follow you on every check ride. Private, instrument, commercial, ATP, it doesn't matter. This question is going to come up on your check ride. So screenshot this, write this down, make sure you know this acronym cold.